The outfit that started it all. This outfit, this one. I did not need this outfit. I didn't need this sweater or those cute corduroy pink pants, but I couldn't resist because it was so cute. Now this video is gonna address how I plan to have an overall no-buy/low buy year and how I've done it in the past. But first, I wanted to share with you the story that slapped me in the face and made me realize why I needed to do this yet again and with more fervor. Because this problem has started at the dawn of time. My time. 2001. My whole life, I have been a girly pop. What does that entail, you might ask? I've always loved clothes, shopping, picking out the perfect outfit, buying the perfect outfit. It probably reminds me of just good times. These are things I'd always do with my mom or my sister, and it's just all around a good time. I love shopping. I love a good outfit. I found and still find a lot of joy curating a fun outfit. If I'm playing a video game, the first thing and the most joyous thing is the character creation page, the character customization page. The best part of the game is finding the outfits, going to the store and purchasing the outfit. And all of this is fine. Getting joy and excitement from this is fine if you have the funds, but where are the funds? Where are the funds? I don't see them. Apparently nobody sees them anymore. So here are 7 things I've done and will continue to do for a slightly stricter, but still chill, low buy year. All right, I'm ripping off the Band-Aid here. Hardest thing first. Cancel your subscriptions. Just cancel them. Look, this past year, I have canceled nearly all of my subscriptions to things. I know, I'm a monster. I listen to Spotify ads, but you know what? It's a pride thing. It's for my pride. Sometimes I get so fed up with the ads, I'll end up driving in silence with my own thoughts. And you know what? I swear I'm a better person for it. It's just so nice and mentally relieving to know that I'm not starting each month with like a cash deficit. It's like automatically every month I could have a picture of how much money I'm gonna make, how much money I wanna save, you know, what it's gonna look like, project it in my head each month. And then it doesn't happen because there's immediately all this money taken out for subscriptions. There is one subscription that remains in my life, and that's a 99-cent subscription to Google Photos to host, like save all my photos from all the years because I take too many dang photos on my phone. And one day I hope to save up to buy my own server to host it so I don't have to rely on Google Photos. Even if 99 cents a month is nothing, it's the principle. I don't like knowing that money is automatically being taken out of my bank account every month for things that are 9 times out of 10 for entertainment purposes anyway. There's loads of free entertainment out there, huh? Okay, maybe not. But I'm perfectly content with YouTube, not only for entertainment, but just for learning things. This year, bonus, I didn't buy a single new book that I didn't read. I'm tired of like endlessly long TBR lists and buying things because it really is. Sometimes it's more fun to buy the book and pick it out than it is to read it. It's just the reality check here. So if I wanted to read a book, I had to find it in a library. And if a new book came out that wasn't in the library yet, maybe then I'd buy it. Maybe. But I wanted to be stricter with that on myself this past year. And I did it. And I'm going to continue to do that this year. So I feel like I'm much less mentally taxed, having almost no subscriptions to anything. And that makes me feel less guilty when maybe I will splurge sometimes and buy a coffee for myself or buy a green knit sweater that I shouldn't have bought. And you know, that's okay because I know that I've done other things to buffer myself, if you will. And that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I understand not everyone is willing to do this, but YouTube is enough for me. If there's really like a specific movie that I want to watch, usually you can rent it for a few bucks without having to subscribe to a whole system. Or I'll just use like a friend's account to watch something, which I know is increasingly becoming more and more difficult. It's worth it for me. Maybe not for you, but one tip, okay? That's just an idea. Consider it. Number 2, only eating out socially. Now, this was a hard and fast rule for me in high school when I got my first job ever and wanted a way to make my money feel more worthwhile to me, and that was only eating out if I was doing it with a friend or family. It's an easy way for me to save money and still be really fulfilled with like the things that I'm spending money to do. I'm an extroverted person and this works for me. Lately, I've been very laxed on this, very laid back, and I have not been enforcing it as much because one, my social life is not as thriving as it once was, but also because sometimes I'll use getting a coffee, buying a boba, all this stuff maybe as a reward or as some place to go to a cafe to get work done, or maybe I'm having a bad day and I want like a little pick-me-up. I started to spend money a bit more in that way and maybe got a little too overboard sometimes. It's still something that I do, and I won't feel bad if I do just have this overwhelming urge to go to a cafe and have a nice fancy cup of coffee. But that's still something that I like to instill in my brain, to know that 9 times out of 10, unless I'm with somebody or have like a clear purpose, I'm not just gonna go, fill my serotonin bucket by driving to a Starbucks and getting a drink. It's an easy rule that has worked for me in the past, and I'm gonna continue to do this year. But I know it's hard if you're someone like me who likes to be productive at a little boba shop or a cafe. But that leads me into my next tip, which is finding a free third space. Now, if you're unaware of what a third space is, it's a physical location outside of your home or work where you can gather, chill, socialize, and have a little community so you don't feel like a homebody 110% of the time. When you think of third places, it's something like the gym, a coffee shop, a boba shop, maybe a library, maybe a park. Most of these places entail a cost. If you want a coffee shop to be your third place, if that's your default, like it is for me, try to go to a free third space. And what I've been doing lately is just going to the library. It's not as cute. It's maybe not as much as of an event, but I still feel productive. There's still other people there working, so it's still a nice time, and I don't feel pressured to buy a drink when I go there. So therefore, it saves me money and builds my pride as I continue to do a low-buy year. What I'll also do is maybe instead of going to a, mom and pop coffee shop, which those are the ones that tend to be cuter and nicer and have better drinks, is I'll go to a Starbucks or a big franchise where I won't feel bad if I come and sit and don't spend money. Odds are the workers won't care either. Basically, if you need to go somewhere that's not work or home, have it be a free place or try to spend as little money as possible. The next thing that I'm going to be doing, continue to do, is try to home make as absolutely many gifts as I can possible. Now, this is hard for some people. It's hard for me. My family, my immediate family, does not appreciate homemade gifts in the same way my extended family appreciates homemade gifts. So it's just different. But I was very proud that this past Christmas, I made basically homemade limoncello. I know, so fancy, so fancy. It took like a month to prepare, but it ended up being worth it for all these gifts. I think I ended up spending, maybe I shouldn't confess this, I ended up spending probably got 15 gifts for my extended family in total and spent about $3 per gift because of making it in a batch and saving money that way. So worth it, so much fun. For those who appreciate stuff like that, they really appreciated it. Other people, I still had to end up buying a gift because I knew that wasn't their thing. But next year, I'm gonna continue to do that. And in fact, the next batch of Christmas gifts that I'm working on is going to take 12 months to complete. So I need to basically get on that now. It's January. Look into it. Look into things that you can home make. Thing that I want, I can't spoil it. My family watches these videos. I'm home making gifts for Christmas, and maybe I'll make a video about that later if you're interested. But I don't want to spoil the gifts. So home make as much as you can. But the rule for me, though, is I never feel bad when I spend money on other people unless it truly is excessive, and that hardly ever happens. So if I know I'm not spending that much on myself and I want to buy someone an actual gift from the store, I won't feel bad about it. My next thing, free hobbies. Again, books from the library, your giant piles of yarn for your crochet or knitting. You don't need to buy a new skein of yarn. You don't. I know it's so much fun and you want your project to look perfect, but look, I'm not selling this ish. I'm gonna make an ugly sweater out of used yarn until I use up all my yarn and I'm not gonna buy anymore. Or I'm gonna learn a new hobby for free on YouTube. Minimal purchases. Walks, hikes, working out, generally free things to do. And I'm gonna continue to do that in the new year to save some money. Next thing, keeping personal upkeep at an absolute minimum. Now, I'm not saying you need to be absolutely low maintenance and not keep up or take care of yourself. But I feel like how common it is for 20-something-year-olds like myself to embark in during, averagely the brokest time of our lives as adults, our 20s, to be spending hundreds of dollars every month. And that's on the low end. That's on the low end. Hundreds of dollars every month on beauty treatments, lashes, waxes, tinting, filler, hair done, nails done, teeth whitened, facials. What am I leaving out? I can't think of anything else, but you don't need all that. And if you do need all of that, there's a lot of ways to do it at home and save so much money. You can buy fake eyelashes. You can do them at home yourself. You can buy press-on nails. You don't have to go to the salon. Going broke, chasing beauty is so normal that I feel weird not doing all these beauty treatments sometimes. And sometimes I feel a little self-conscious when I see my friends doing all these beauty treatments. And you know what? It's fine. If you have the funds, do it. But again, where are the funds? I don't have them. I don't see them, and I don't think anyone should be going broke, putting stuff on their credit for a beauty treatment that you have to keep doing over and over again and over again. This is such an easy thing to just forego, to me, or do at home DIY, that it's just nonsensical for me to do this year, continue to do it. And yeah, plain nails. It's okay. You can have plain nails. I know it seems like everyone has really cute nails 100% of the time, and that is fun. I like having cute nails, but I'm trying to be responsible, okay? I'm sweating. The last thing, maybe it's the easiest for you, maybe it's the hardest. The last thing that I have done in past years, will continue to do, is try my very, very best to stay off of social media. And let me tell you, Pinterest is the gateway drug. There is not an app that makes you want to spend more money like Pinterest, because you see all the cute outfits, you see all the hairstyles, you see all the gadgets. It's ridiculous now. There's so many ads on Pinterest like never before. It's insanity. I used to think that could be an innocent social media app that I can still use. No, I need to get rid of it because it warrants me to spend so much money all the time. But also, any social media app can do that. When you see enough things, it makes you want things. It makes you want things. When you see things, you want things, dog. You know what I'm saying? Even YouTube is a temptation. And I made a video about consumption, overconsumption, and there's a comment on that video, and they're like, "Where did you get your mug from?" I was like, the irony. I get it. I, too, really liked and enjoyed that mug when I was using it. It wasn't my mug. It wasn't my house. I was house sitting. But it just goes to show you that when you're watching things all the time, consuming things, your brain is noticing this, and maybe you might want things a bit more, and that's fine. But just be aware of that. And that's why having minimal, laid back, not too overt social media use has really, really helped me not get suckered into trends, not want things as much, not identify with things as much. And I honestly think staying off social media is my number one tip for a no buy, low buy year. So I'm going to be doing a stricter low buy year. I don't want to buy any clothes. That's the one thing. I really don't think I need clothes. I would love more clothes. I don't really have the space for it. I don't really need anything else. I won't be ridiculous though if I rip, break, or run down an item of clothing that I use on a daily basis, like a pair of running shoes. I will replace them. But it's the succumbing to, oh, that's so cute, I would love the feeling of a new sweater. No, I need to stop that. And that's what I hope to do in this new low buy know by year for 2025. And I hopefully will have an end of the year wrap up updating you guys how I did and more in-depth reasonings of why I'm doing it. But those are my 7 tips. If you're embarking on this journey with me, let me know what your personal rules are, how you plan to do it, curate it. Some people like to have a budget limit, or they'll say I can only buy 5 new items this year. I didn't want to number anything or quantify anything because that stresses me out. I want to have a chill, no low buy year and not have to think about it as much as I possibly can. Obviously, we live in a capitalist society. It's impossible to survive without buying things. You need to buy groceries. You need to buy shampoo. This is all understandable. But I don't want to be too strict on myself with numbering, quantifying, and limiting myself, because then you just get caught up in the minutia. And I wanted to have 7 easy rules that I can continue to do and be a little bit stricter on to better myself in this new year. So I hope these helped. I hope these inspired you. Let me know your own rules, and thank you for watching. I shall see you when I see you, and Happy New Year.